Hello, Facebook. Meet my new kitty. He has a new toy here, and so he's very excited to play with it. He really, really wants to play with it. Oh, today we have officially named the cat. The little kitty has a new name. Finally, it's been a week and a few days, and I'm here to announce his new name. Oh, he loves this new toy. And I'm going to talk to you about something really important for your health. So this little guy wants to get down and play. This, I'm announcing to Facebook, is Shiva. His new name is Shiva. All right, Shiva's down to play with his toy, and he'll probably come for a cuddle while I'm talking today. Welcome. I'm Kristen Grace McGarry, and I'm a health and lifestyle alchemist. I'm an acupuncturist, I'm certified in functional medicine, I'm an herbalist, I'm certified in advanced cranial sacral therapy and homeopathy and so many cool things. And I've created this Facebook Live video series to empower you and inspire you around health and wellness, especially now in this time of COVID. And today I'm speaking on a really important topic. I was interviewed today, and you could see that interview on my Facebook page. It was really fun by a dear friend of mine. And one of the things that came up in that interview that I wanted to dive more deeply into is hydration, water. I also was in a Qigong class recently, and someone was feeling like they were chronically dehydrated. So I wanted to address some really important things around water and hydration in this particular Facebook Live, but I want to get my headset on properly. It fell out here so that you can hear me. All right. So, are you aware of how much water you actually need to drink in order to stay hydrated? Are you aware? If you're aware, go ahead and type into the comment box what you believe is the appropriate amount of water in order to stay hydrated. And while you are all typing in that comment, I am going to share some other things about water, and we'll get back to sharing my secret to figure out how much your body actually needs in order to stay hydrated. And it's super important, super, super important. First of all, a lot of people talk about hydration as being very important, but they're not always talking about what kind of water to drink. And I understand there are a lot of expensive alkalinizing systems out there. You got to have alkaline water instead of acidic water. Well, according to chemistry, all water is basically alkaline. And I understand people want to take these higher alkaline waters. They think that somehow it's going to alkalinize their body. This just doesn't make sense to me. It's not based in science because your stomach is full of acid. And when you drink alkaline water, guess what your stomach does? It secretes acid. So it's going to change the pH immediately. It's not going to alkalize your body that way. Now, if you were to put sodium bicarbonate in that water, that would have a better chance of alkalizing your body. But high pH water, not so much. So you don't have to spend a ton of money, time, and energy figuring out the best alkaline water. I'm going to make this really, really simple. Drink spring water. Drink wild water whenever possible. And what is wild water? Wild water means it flowed in the earth. It was wild, and it flowed around rocks and trees and dirt, and it got filtered naturally. So drink wild water whenever possible. I'm going to just say have it tested, make sure it's clean and doesn't have E. coli or some bad nastiness in it. But drink wild water whenever possible. And if you can't find a wild, clean spring near you, then buy spring water or have it delivered to your door. Spring water is absolutely the best. Now, if you're traveling to India or Mexico and you're afraid the water may not be clean, then reverse osmosis water and super uber duper filtered water, they have all sorts of great filtering systems and ways to kill parasites and bacteria in your water and filter them out. I have a really great camping water filtration system that I've used that's like this easy pump that gets rid of everything so I can drink from a stream confidently when I'm out camping or backpacking. So spring water, spring water, spring water is better than reverse osmosis unless you're in a country where there's a lot of critters and bugs in the water. Then reverse osmosis is fine, and go ahead and drink that water. It'll be safe in that country. Okay, I have not gotten any good guesses. Does this mean you really aren't aware of how much water you're supposed to drink? Really? Okay, I'm going to fill you in. So before I tell you how much water you're going to drink, I want to tell you a couple other things. So water is super duper uber important for your body. And tea and coffee and soda pop and stuff like that, energy drinks, are very dehydrating. I have worked with patients that say, oh, I drink green tea all day long, so I'm really well hydrated. But when I look at their labs and do a functional blood chemistry analysis, I'm scratching my head going, this person looks chronically dehydrated, like they haven't had any water. And they're like, oh no, I just drink tea, I'm fine. Actually, that's dehydrating. So it takes water from your body to process tea and to process coffee and soda pop and energy drinks. And so it actually is doing the opposite of what you think. So it's not just drink fluids. It's actually drink water. Please drink water. Your body needs it. So I wanted to talk about a couple of functions of water, and I took some notes and I wrote them down. So I'm going to peek at them because I want to make sure I give you everything. I don't want to forget any of the gems. Okay. So water is important for your organs for a couple of reasons. Not only does water help you detoxify and cleanse and purify your body from the toxins of basic metabolism, water also cushions your organs a bit in your body. I bet you weren't aware of that. Water also helps your joints. It can help lubricate your joints. And water also helps convert food into energy. It helps in your digestive process. It also facilitates the absorption of nutrients, minerals, and electrolytes from your food that you're eating. So water is very, very uber important. Water is in every single organ, cell, tissue in your body. They're everywhere in your body. And you have trillions of cells. You are made up of about 70% water at any given time. That's a lot of water. You need to replenish it. It's super important. Now, if you don't, what are some of the things that can happen? Well, first, water helps you maintain your body temperature as well. Water helps your brain work. Water helps your immune system work. Water supports really healthy kidney function and healthy skin. The kitty is playing. Hold on, see the kitty play. Oh, he's so excited. He just got up from a nap, and so he's just like, and he had a big drink of water. This cat drinks so much water. He's got it dialed in. These little critters understand. It's kind of like kids. They're thirsty, they drink. Okay, I want to check my notes. Do you realize that you naturally lose water just by breathing? So breathing, sweating, of course, you probably understand that one. You've heard of that one before. And digesting your food, you lose water naturally. It's just part of being human. So you've got to replenish it. It's so vital for every function in your body. So how much water are you supposed to drink? Well, I'll give you my equation of how much water you need for optimal health. And it's mostly based on your body weight. That means if you're a larger person, you need more water. Many people who come to me are like, yeah, I drink 32 ounces a day, and they're like 200 pounds. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, chronically dehydrated. And chronic dehydration has been associated to a bunch of disease processes like high blood pressure, diabetes, chronic and degenerative joint issues. A ton of health conditions can be tied back to having a component of dehydration. So important. So we're not just talking like, oh, water's really good for you. We're talking about avoiding suffering. That if you're drinking an adequate amount of water and a good kind of water, that it can minimize illness. Oh my gosh, what a concept. This is so cool. Okay, so my equation is take your body weight in pounds, divide that by 2, and that is the number of ounces of water that you need if you're a couch potato. Oh, couch potato, sitting back, watching Netflix, for 12 hours. You don't move. You don't digest any food. You don't really do anything. Yeah, that's all the water you need. Now, let's say you cook, you clean your house, you fold laundry, you have a workout, you drink tea or coffee, you walk to the mailbox, you have stress. Anyone have any stress right now given the pandemic? Any of that, you need more water. More. Like, I say at least 16 ounces more if you just did a hard workout. At least an extra 8-ounce glass of water for every cup of tea or coffee you have. For real. That can add up. So I've got tricks for you. Don't panic. You're thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to get all this water in? My mom was a teacher. She was like, how am I going to drink all this water? And I got to pee all the time. In the beginning, your body's going to get conditioned to processing this water. And so you'll get breaks to go pee. So you're going to condition your body now. You're at home. Why not? Now's the time to get hydrated. Okay. So what I do is I like to recommend to my patients that they take big glass bottles or stainless steel bottles, and they figure out how much water they need for their body weight, and then they load them up on the counter or somewhere at their office, on their desk, wherever they are, so that they can see them and they can actively start drinking. And if they get to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and they haven't had any, rut-row. Okay, that means tomorrow's a new day. We got to be better on this. And then we go to setting your phone timer so that you get an alarm to take sips of water. Your body can handle about 8 ounces of water every 30 minutes. So please, drink. And you don't have to guzzle water. You can sip on water. And I recommend getting the bulk of your water in during the day instead of drinking it later at night or right before bed, realizing you're super dehydrated and guzzling. Now, of course, if you realize you're super dehydrated, then guzzle, and you're going to have to get up at night to pee. But if you can plan and sip on your water throughout the day, it's going to be so much better for your kidneys and your bladder and just all of your cells. It's going to just be really, really good for you. So we talked about the kind of water. We talked about how much water. Now, how about when to drink? So I was talking about sipping water, but I want to give you a pro tip. Please don't guzzle water when you're eating. It will dampen down your digestive juices, and you won't digest your food as well. And a lot of people are having trouble digesting their food anyway. You need all the help you can get. Often when I'm looking at a lab, I can see that people are not digesting well, that they have low HCl stomach acid. And even if you're having acid reflux, you likely have low stomach acid. And I have a whole Facebook Live video I did on that topic. So check that out for like lots of info and really great recommendations. So avoid guzzling water during a meal. Now, if you're going to sip some water, that's fine. You can sip on a little water to help get the food down, or to take some supplements. If you take supplements with your food, then go ahead and do that. But during a meal is not the time to get the bulk of your water in for the day. Do it in between meals. And I recommend actually in the morning. When you first get up, have a big glass of water. Sometimes I'll drink even like a full 8 ounces, maybe even 12 in the morning when I first get up. And then after an hour, I'm drinking another about 8 plus, maybe 12 ounces. That's what's working for my body. I am a little bit of a guzzler and a sipper combined. So there'll be times, like especially if I'm working with someone, where maybe I'll be on a Zoom call doing a consultation, and as soon as I get off that call, I really need to guzzle. And I listen to my body and honor that. And I'm probably guzzling, 12 ounces instead of sipping. But that's just what my body's needing. The rest of the time I am sipping. So listen to your body. This is important. And really feel into it. If you're not thirsty, that doesn't mean don't drink. So let's talk about signs of dehydration, because people are often like, no, I'm fine. I drink 32 ounces a day and I'm great. I don't have any symptoms. Well, I beg to differ. You might, and you're just unaware of them. So one of the first symptoms of dehydration is crabbiness. So if you're crabby and you get your little kitty claws out there like this guy, come here, little guy, and you're like, "Roar," and you get your little, oh, look, he's biting me. He's a little crabby maybe, he's a little dehydrated. If you're crabby, you could be dehydrated. So if your skin is dry and you're thinking, oh, I'm getting old, I have wrinkles, you might have chronic dehydration. If you're peeing less than 6 to 8 times a day, and if your pee is yellow, you are likely dehydrated unless you're taking like B12 or various vitamins. They can make your pee really yellow because you're not absorbing them, you're peeing them out. So I call it expensive urine. So that could be why your pee is really yellow. But if you're not taking those kind of vitamins, which I hope you're not, then if your pee is yellow, you're likely dehydrated. Super important. Your pee should be almost clear. That shows you're hydrated. Now, really important piece I want to add is water is very important. Staying hydrated is super important. And I have to add this piece because so many people miss it, and I want you to get this piece, that electrolytes are very, very important with your water. Many people have imbalances of electrolytes, and it can show up in all different symptoms in their bodies. Now, if you're already feeling very, very thirsty, often, then you are already dehydrated. And if it feels in the morning you wake up very thirsty, you might just have chronic dehydration from the day before. Now, if you're overweight, if you have metabolic syndrome, if you're carrying extra weight in your belly, and you're having a metabolic issue or a thyroid issue, that can also screw up your electrolytes and your hydration. It can really impact your body in many different ways. So then in that case, I recommend let's look at a lab. Let's see what's really going on in your body. If you drink, and you're still very, very, very thirsty, there is something else going on. And I don't want to scare anyone, but sometimes if you're very, very thirsty and you're peeing a lot, it can be a sign that you may have diabetes. And I like to bring this up because I've had a couple of patients come to me and not have a formal diagnosis of diabetes yet, but maybe their doctor said they were pre-diabetes, or maybe it runs in their family, and all of a sudden they're extremely thirsty. They have a very dry mouth and they're peeing a lot. And then we run labs and we discover, oh, they do have diabetes. And we caught it early enough that there is a higher chance of reversing it. Yes, Western medicine and the pharmaceutical companies will not like to hear me say that you can reverse diabetes, but I've seen it clinically. And I just got to put it out there to give people some hope. It's important to understand that your body can heal in a lot of ways. And when you shift your hydration and your nutrition and your mindset and your exercise program and your lifestyle, magic can happen, and the body, mind, spirit heals and thrives and remembers its wholeness. Okay, what other questions do you have around hydration? Go ahead and type them. Hi, Freddie. Thanks for watching. Welcome. Go ahead and type any questions you may have into the text box now. And if it shows up for me, I will answer them. And if not, I do my best to go back and answer questions from you all. If I have not answered your question, I am not intentionally ignoring you. But sometimes I have trouble seeing the comments when I go back. And I try to comment and it won't let me. And there's some tech issue I'm having at times. So you can always direct message me. And please go to my website, guthappyketo.com. And I have a couple of cool offerings right now. I have a really beautiful new cookbook that is out in other avenues, and it's going to be my new opt-in on my website, and it'll be free. And there are 10 of my top favorite recipes, and I might grow it to 20. I'm really excited. So go to my website. I also have a really special offer that I want to extend to you. So if you're watching this with me now, or if you watch this on the replay, I'm doing a limited time offer. Normally, sessions with me are in 6-month or 12-month programs, or I do these fantastic radical transformation one-on-one VIP retreats that are 4 or 5 days long, 8 hours a day with me, rocking your life in a fun way and your body. We are pulling out all the stops and having a blast, and you receive incredible awakening and healing. So I'm not really doing 1-hour consults anymore, but I've had so many people come to me and ask for help that I've decided to create a 1-hour consult to empower you around your health right now. I really believe that COVID-19 is an opportunity to level up your health and well-being, and that you can emerge from this pandemic healthier and happier than when it began. And so I'm offering this 1-hour consult. Normally it was $500 to speak to me for an hour in the past, and now I'm offering it to you for $197. And I'm doing that because I want to match your commitment to your health, to yourself. It's an act of self-love to really work with your body and your mind. So in this consultation, we're going to do a deep dive and address all the symptoms that you're having, the stress that you're having. I'm going to give you recommendations and tools and tips, and make sure you get what you need in that hour. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to me. I will also put a link in the comments underneath this, so you'll have a link that you can go right there if you're interested and read more about it. All right, Denise. Hey Denise, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. She is asking a really important question. How do you get more electrolytes while drinking the appropriate amount of water based on body weight? Great question. You add them. You add them. You must add them, because we're not getting enough. And we're not getting the right combinations. You can be salting your food all day long, but that doesn't mean that your potassium and magnesium are balanced. So we also want to look at those our trace minerals. So how do we get our electrolytes balanced? How do we get the right kind of trace minerals? Well, there are a couple out there that I really like. The higher end version is called quintessence, and I love them. Quintessential. Sorry, I call it quintessence. Quintessentials. And they're these little vials, and you peel off the stopper, and you take a vial a day, and it tastes a little bit like salt water, and it's lovely. When I do water fasting, I use those as well, and I really, really like them. And the less expensive version, which also works well, it just depends on what works for your budget and what feels good in your body. There is a brand called Trace Minerals, and they make 2 products that they make a couple products I love, but in terms of electrolytes and trace minerals, the company Trace Minerals makes a product called Trace Minerals. And you don't want to overdo that product. Just do like 10 drops or less every day in water. If you overdo it, you'll get diarrhea and stomach gurgles. I had a dear friend of mine late last night write to me and say, "Oh my God, my stomach's exploding. Help, what's going on?" And turns out she was overdoing the electrolytes. So she got off the electrolytes last night and this morning, and she's better. So don't overdo it. Follow the dose on the bottle. Now, Trace Mineral brand also carries a product called 40,000 volts. This is another electrolyte replacement. Fantastic. I am in a foreign country where I cannot get it right now, but I have a little bottle of my Trace Minerals, and I have my other vials, my quintessentials, and loving it. But when I get back to the States or someone comes to visit me, I'm going to get those 40,000 volts. So I have that stocked. And I've heard from a couple of people that when they were water fasting, it was phenomenal for them. Now, you don't only need trace minerals when you're water fasting, but it comes up when you are as well. It's very, very important. If you're doing keto, it's very, very important to add trace minerals. Very important. I can't emphasize it enough. Please, if you're doing keto, add trace minerals every day. It's going to help you so very much. So thank you, Denise. Great question. I'm glad you brought that up. So you got to add those electrolytes. And let me hear, are there any other questions around hydration, the importance of water in your body? It helps you detoxify, gives you beautiful skin, helps your internal organs, cushions your organs, helps lubricate your joints. So important. Oh, I've almost forgot to talk to you about some of the symptoms of dehydration. Crabbiness, we talked about that. Dizziness, foggy thinking, fatigue. Okay, I've just named a bunch. Raise your hand. Have you ever had any of those? I see you. You have. Because people come to me all the time and they're like, I'm so tired. My joints creak. Oh, my skin looks so old. I'm aging more rapidly. And I look at their labs and they're way mega dehydrated. So, other indicators that you might be dehydrated is that you're not going to the bathroom. You have extreme thirst. Your mouth is very dry. If your mouth is dry, my friends, you are long dehydrated. Even the military teaches this. One of my sons was in the military before, and even he learned that as soon as you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So we want to avoid that. You want to be sipping on your water all day long so that you don't ever get to the point of feeling extreme thirst, because then it's too late. All right. Please check me out, guthappyketo.com. No, I am not only about keto and the gut, but that was about my first book. And it's called Holistic Keto for Gut Health, a program for resetting your metabolism. I have a whole chapter on water in that book. And I also have tons of other info. It's not just keto, but it is holistic. I also have a second book out there, Know Your Blood, Know Your Health. Prevent disease and enjoy vibrant health through functional blood chemistry analysis. It's phenomenal. Please pick up these books. You have lots of reading time being in quarantine right now. Please check these books out. You can get them on Amazon, but I like to get them directly from Inner Traditions, which is an imprint of Simon & Schuster. They're my publisher, so worldwide distribution. They've been shipping a little quicker than Amazon's been able to right now. So please pick up these books, check me out. I would love to empower and inspire you around your health with a special consultation. Let me hear if you're interested, and make it a great rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to sharing with you more tomorrow. Blessings, be well, and bye for now.